one is that the next one is that how to learn the roadmap to meaningful living, because the terrain of meaningful living is a vast terrain. So you need a guide. I'm here to serve as a guide. You also need to have a roadmap to say, well, how to arrive at a destination without getting lost. Because you can't get lost in the land of pleasure, right? Yeah. Oh, I will sleep for life, but in the pleasure land, you can lose your way in pleasure land. Or you can lose your way in this achievement land. I'm gonna come more, kind more. You can be lost there. You can lose the whole life there. You can lose the whole life striving to achieve more and more and more, and ends it's empty. Okay? And also how to navigate troubled water, because as I said, faith can intervene. There'll be trouble somewhere. Trouble from your spouse, trouble from your children, trouble from your boss, trouble from anywhere. I don't want to scare you, okay? But life's not easy, right? There's always trouble somewhere. You think everything's fine, bang, something happens. And finally, we have to learn the wisdom how to live with paradoxes. Okay? How to live with the mystery of life, because the many things have no explanation. Why bad things happen to good people, and why me, why I have cancer, you don't have cancer, right? There's no answer to that. Yeah. And now here is some examples of paradox of human nature. We're both good and evil. We're created and made in God's image. We're capable of sublime kindness and compassion, and we create beautiful things. And yet, we are also capable of horrible evils, atrocities. Look at the genocide, in Nazi Germany, and in Cambodia, in Nanking massacre, and now in Sudan, people killing hundreds of thousands of people, and we are capable of monstrosity that no other animal will do. And we're also growth-oriented and self-destructive. A psychologist in Stanford, she emphasized this growth mindset. And Carl Roger and Maslow also said that we all have the tendency towards growing, and developing our potential to be a better person. So we all have this tendency, innate tendency to grow, to expand ourselves, to grow. But on the other hand, we are also very self-destructive. That's the scary part. Often, the problems are self-inflicted. The skin is quite wrong, and we use a knife and make a hole, make it bleeding. Oh, sir, I'm wounded. Who caused that? You get a knife and then you hurt yourself. We inflict pain ourselves, reducing the handicap of success, destroy happiness, because we can see things straight. Or because of addiction. Addiction, it can be addiction to gambling, or drugs, and pornography. Addiction has killed many people. Some homeless people used to be CEOs. They become strict homeless and penniless because of addiction. So people have also this tendency to destroy themselves and destroy their loved ones. And we're both rational and irrational. Okay? Not just women are irrational, okay? Men can be also irrational.
No.
Men are also irrational, emotional, not rational. The emotions it has its own logic. I remember I said there's no reason why you love someone that's ugly and that is, whatever, right? There's obviously no reason why you love somebody. Yeah. So emotion can be one. And also, we are both free and determined. We are determined by our genes. We're determined by our past history. We are determined by our environment. I'm like that because my parents abused me. That's why I'm like that. Or I'm like that because I have no opportunities. Or I'm like that because so and so did that to me. We're determined, but we're also free. And friend will say, you're always free to choose the attitude. Even you cannot move, but you can still choose the attitude. Say, I'm not going to bow. I want to maintain my human dignity. You're always free to choose. This is my important lesson. You're free to choose your future. All of you. Everybody has freedom to choose their future. And everybody can choose, say, I want to make my life better. Everybody can make their life better, regardless of the circumstances. You have freedom to choose. And also we are pleasure-seeking and also self-sacrificing. So this is another paradox of human being, right? Mother she will sacrifice everything for her son, right? Mother will throw their life in her car to save the son. So we are both self-sacrificing and pleasure-seeking. And finally, I say that every virtue is a vice, every vice is a virtue. Aristotle, the first guy who mentioned that, and Confucius also mentioned that. Aristotle talked about the golden median, and Confucius talked about the middle way. Everything too much, too little can be vice. Right? You're kind, but too much kindness makes you weak. Right? Too little kindness also is a vice. That means you have no more feeling about people. How about confidence? It's good to have confidence, but too much confidence is bad. You know what? You get arrogant, right? Overbearing. Or overextend yourself. Or invest beyond your capability to manage.